Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the fridge. On the menu tonight, World of Tanks. Tonight's gameplay comes from Devilish Vixen, and she is playing the AMX 1357 Grand Final. This diminutive light tank is a French Tier 7 Premium. Let's get straight into this thing and have a look at the firepower. The gun is a 57mm fed by an 8-round drum type autoloader. Average damage is a paltry 90 hit points, and the penetration is a little low at 143mm. These deficiencies are made up for by the sheer speed at which you can dump a clip. The clip holds 720 damage, and with only 1 second between rounds, you can go from full to reloading in only 7 seconds. Reloading is a decent 15.66 seconds, which is quicker than the T71DA and less than 2 seconds behind the 1375. Dispersion is great at 0.35, although the aim time is a little long at 2.21, which can be a limitation when shooting at longer ranges. DPM is never an autoloader's strong point, and this AMX is the exception that proves the rule. A touch over 1,900 damage per minute is second only to the Type 62, over 200 DPM better than the 1375, and 400 better than the SP1C. Depression and elevation is quite decent for an oscillating turret, with 6 degrees down and 12 degrees up. As you can see, elevation is a problem for this style of turret, with tanks such as the WZ-131 having as much as 20 degrees elevation. Turret rotation is decent enough at almost 47 degrees per second, which is fast enough to put it ahead of the German and American, but behind everything else. Survivability on a light tank is not down to its armour. And although the AMX 1357 does have a class-leading amount of frontal armour, I think you'll agree that 50mm is nothing to brag about. The rest of the armour is not worth mentioning, so I won't. Mobility is of keen interest to light tank drivers, and although the numbers suggest otherwise, this tank really does rock and roll. A very low 17 horsepower per tonne would suggest sluggish acceleration, and this is true, but a 61 km/h top speed is easy to reach and maintain. 14.7 tonne is on the lighter end of the spectrum, which is good, although the engine only cranks out 250 horsepower, which is slightly better than the SP1C and well behind everything else. A traverse speed of 50 degrees per second is average, but not unmanageable, and 23 km/h in reverse is nice if you make a mistake and need to back up in a hurry. Light tanks live and die by their ability to remain hidden, and the AMX 1357 is no slouch in this department. When firing, this tank retains the highest camo value of the light tanks and comes in very close second to the LTG when not engaging. Hiding in a bush is a good tactic for AMX drivers. Whether it is spotting with a decent 390 meter view range or laying an ambush, this little tank is easy to hide. I've had access to this tank, and when it comes up for sale again, I will be buying this one to add it to my collection. When it comes to how to use this tank, really, I can only tell you how I play. I get to a nice early spotting position and light up the red tanks of my friendly forces. Once the battle starts to develop, I'll either find an isolated tank and try and remove it, or I'll get some cheeky flanking shots into a casemate TD or some of the preoccupied heavy tanks. Once I have a clear path, I'm into the enemy's rear area and will take out the arty before the reds have a chance to react. With an average of 3 shots to remove most artillery, you can take out 2 with 1 clip, but a third artillery will require a reload, so you need to plan your run carefully. There you have it, the AMX 1357. This is one seriously entertaining tank to drive, and a platoon of these on the battlefield can present quite the potent little battle group. Thanks for stopping by the fridge. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and leave me a comment. Hit the subscribe button to see more and click the little bell icon if you want to be notified when a new video goes live. A big thank you goes out to my Patreon supporters. Be sure to check the links in the video description to find my Patreon, Twitch and Discord. Thanks again. I'll see you again soon.